Hello everyone, welcome back. It is Monday the 6th, and we are going to continue this week with our stems. So on Monday, we're going to take our notes. On Tuesday, we're going to do our practice assessment. Come Wednesday, we're going to do our quiz. And then on Thursday, which will be our last day of school this week, we are going to do a free write. You'll be able to write about anything you want or the suggestions that I'm giving you. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started with our first stem. Cosmo. The meaning of cosmo is universe. So cosmology, cosmonaut, and cosmopolitan are all examples of cosmo. So cosmology is actually the study of the universe. Our next stem is dec. The meaning being 10. Decade, decimal, and decathlon are examples of it. So when we're talking about a decade, usually decades are every 10 years. So you guys were born in a different decade than I was entirely. I was born in the 90s. You guys were born, I think, 2013-ish. So entirely different decade. So decades are every 10 years, which makes dec mean 10. Next we have geo. And geo is Earth. You can see that right here in the picture. Some examples are geography, geology, and geometry. So geography, obviously, is all over the earth. The geographical area of, let's say, Kosovo, where I'm from, would be in Eastern Europe. So geo is earth. Then we have helio. Helio means sun. Heliocentric, heliograph, and heliometer. So if you look at where this picture shows the sun and everything else is outside of it, all of the planets that you see in this picture circle around the sun. Heliocentric is an example of that. So helio is sun. We're already at our fifth one, and we have NOV for NOV, examples, novice, innovation, and novel. So NOV is new. So novice, if you're a novice level person, it's something that's pretty new to you, so you're not exactly an expert at it, it's new, and so on. When you innovate something, like an innovation, you are creating something new. So NOV is new. Our next one is omni, which means all. Some examples are omnivore, omnipotent, and omnibus. At the beginning of the year, we went on a school field trip, and we learned about all the animals and the different types of animals that they eat, or if they eat plants. And then there was omnivores. So omnivores are animals that eat both plants and animals. They pretty much eat everything. They eat all, hence omnivore. Then we have quad. This one's pretty simple. Quad means four. Quadruple, quadruplet, quadrilateral. You've definitely heard the word quadrilateral in your math class. Otherwise, you could be somebody who's a quadruplet of a family, which means that you have 3 siblings and together you make 4. So if you've ever heard of somebody being a quadruplet, that means there's 4 of them. Now we have scope. Scope means to look. Telescope, microscope, periscope. When you're using a telescope, you're using it to look and see out into wherever you're looking. Hopefully the stars or something cool. And we have sun, which means sound, like sonar, dissonance, sonnet. So bats have really cool sonar. They can hear a lot of sound, way more sounds than your average human can. Hence, son means sound, and the example being sonar. And we're already at our last one, which is viv, which means life, I know what you're thinking, but we already have one that's life. It's bio, Miss Kanyuhi. You always tell us to get a bio. So this one is also life. Viv. Examples are vivid, revive, and vivacious. So sometimes, sometimes doctors and nurses and paramedics have to revive people who are maybe injured or something happens and they have to bring them back to life. They have to revive them. So vive is life. And that pretty much concludes all of these. I went kind of fast today because I noticed that, well, one, Schoology's been down for so long, and two, I think you guys don't really want me to draw this out. It's pretty self-explanatory. We're just taking notes. I do not grade notes. However, you do need your notes completed in order to do your practice tomorrow, and it'll definitely help you out on your quiz. I will go ahead and provide more notes for you guys on previous stems because I know I've unpublished all of them so you can't see them, but I will make one note sheet for you with all the previous ones, and then I'll also put Quizlet up for you. So go ahead and use this video to take your notes. Good luck, and hopefully I get to see you at my conference. Again, my conference is at 12 sharp. See you then. Bye-bye.